Hey everyone, and welcome to my video, 5 Ways to Know That You Shouldn't Be a Social Worker. So without further ado, let's get started. So number one, if you have strongly held beliefs about everyone and everything, social work may not be the career for you. As social workers, we work with people that have diverse backgrounds. We work with people that come from, that have different identities and have different ways of looking at the world. It's part of our code of ethics is that we respect people's right to self-determination, and it's important for clinicians to not impose their personal values on clients and to meet clients where they are. So if you have very strongly held beliefs, there may be a chance that you believe other people should have some of these strongly held beliefs, which means that it's going to be really difficult to connect with people that come from different backgrounds, and that social work may not be the field for you specifically. Number two is that if you don't like school or learning, now school is one of those kind of necessary evils, especially for social workers, because there's a degree attached to it, whether you have a BSW, an MSW, or even a DSW. School is an important aspect of social work. You're writing papers, you're getting in the field experience. Part of being a social worker is also embracing lifelong learning. Even after school is ended, it's important to take advantage of other opportunities to learn, which means continuing education classes and maybe some additional certifications. So if you don't like school or learning, social work may not be the fit for you because the field is always changing. We're evolving as a field, and it's important to keep up to date on some of the changing developments that are happening within the field. And it's important to keep yourself open to learning new things so that you can better connect with clients and you can become a more well rounded professional. So, number three is if you don't like writing or speaking up. Now, of course, all of us have, varying degrees of how much we really like writing. But with social work, depending on the setting that you're in, social work involves a whole lot of documentation. It involves some type of writing skills, whether you're communicating what happened in an encounter with a client, whether you're communicating with colleagues, or even bringing people together and really advocating for clients. There's some aspect of writing that comes along with it. So you may not love writing, but if you can tolerate writing, social work may be a fit for you. But I also added in there speaking up. As social workers, we are tasked with advocating for our clients, which also means sometimes getting outside of our comfort zones and really making requests, submitting complaints, and working in the best interest of our clients. And so, if speaking up isn't really your thing, social work may not be a fit for you because many times we meet people who really need something, whether they need support, they need resources, they need a listening ear. Speaking up and being able to advocate for our clients is an important part of what we do as social workers. And without that, it's really hard to be successful and to make sure that clients' needs are being met and that we're doing the best that we could do for them. Number four is if you like quick and fast money, social work may not be the field for you. And I put an asterisk there because a lot of it depends on your experience level and your education. Social work isn't necessarily the field where you can get a bachelor's degree and then make a six-figure job, next job after a bachelor's degree or even a master's degree. Sometimes it does happen that way, and I understand that there are exceptions. However, as a rule of thumb, and even though some jobs do pay weekly, social work is not necessarily the career where you get paid a whole lot of money for doing very little. There's usually a lot of responsibility involved with jobs that pay you a lot, and for good reason. And even in jobs where you have a lot of responsibility, that doesn't always mean the compensation is adequate for the amount of responsibility that you have. Social work is definitely more of the long game versus the short game. And so, if you're looking for fast and quick money, social work may not be the field for you. There may be other things that are better fitted for your personality and for your needs. And last but not least, number five is you dislike all people. Now, we all have people in our lives that we don't necessarily care for, and we all may have had colleagues that we had a tough time with. But if you dislike all people, social work may not be a fit for you. Of course, it's important to recognize that all of us may not be people, and all of us, may not always be extroverted. But the whole idea of being social worker is that there's an aspect of being social. And that means that we are collaborating with colleagues, we're collaborating with clients, we're bringing people together. And while you don't necessarily have to love people, it does help if you can tolerate them. So that brings us to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.